Alright, I'm just making stuff up now. Hey, this is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at the outro solo for Fade to Black by Metallica. Now this one is kind of straightforward for a Kirk Hammett solo. It doesn't go all over the place. A lot of the parts are actually very recreatable, even though they are blues based. Just a lot of like nice little sequence scale lines that are easy to memorize and stuff. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. So we're going to start here at the ninth fret on the D string. Hit that twice, and then that's just 7 on the G. Then we're going to do 4 bends on the ninth fret, whole step bends. The last one, release the bend, pull off to 7, and then come back to 9. Alright, the next phrase is okay, so we're going to have started the ninth fret on the G over to the 7th fret on the B. And then that starts off a little 3-note sequence that he repeats, which is 8 on the B, 7 on the B, over to 7 on the G. He's going to do that 3 times. Then we come up to and hit the 10th fret on the B string twice. And then 8 to 10. Alright, and then we're back to little 3-note phrases, which is we go 12, 10, 8. Then 10, 8, 7. 8, 7, and then 9 on the G. Back to 7 on the B. 9, 7 on the G. And then we're going to end it with 7, 9 on the D. And hit that 9 twice. So we have all together. Alright, then we have this quick little lick. Alright, so this just goes 9, then 7, 9 on the G. 9 on the D first, then 7, 9 on the G. Bend and release, whole step bend and release at the 9th fret. Pull off to 7. Back to 9, back to 7. Alright, and now we have, leading into this. So the first literally fast series of notes here. We're going to start it with the 9 on the D, 7 on the G, and then we're going to do this repeated lick. It's you pick a downstroke on the 9th fret on the G string and do a whole step bend. This is just a fast blues lick is all this is. Then we're over at the 7th fret on the high E string with an upstroke into another upstroke at the 10th fret on the B string, which you pull off to the 7th. So it's just a little mini sweep across 2 strings. And then you're gonna start that over with another downstroke on the 9th fret bend on the G string, and you just repeat that lick. Do that little mini sweep is what's gonna make it get fast. Alright, and then after he does that like 8 times, he gets into this next pattern, which you need to memorize because it happens later in the solo. But it sounds like this. Alright, that's actually very easy to memorize. We're just dealing with 3 different notes here. We have 10th fret on the high E, pull off to the 7th fret. And then over to the 10th fret on the B. Then back to the 7th fret on the high E string. So we had this. Okay? Now, you want to count that as there's 1 pull off there, because there was. And then we had those 2 notes after it. Now we do it again, but this time we do the pull off twice. And then you do the pull off twice again. And we're always in it with those same 2 notes. So the first time the pull off once, and then the next 2 times the pull off twice. and then you repeat it all again, 1, 2, 2. So altogether, the whole lick is actually played twice. Okay, so that's how you keep track of it. Just 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so after you do that, we'll run into that pattern a little bit later as well. We have a bend at the 10th fret, 2 whole step bends. And then a little triplet downward sequence in the scale. Now that's just simple scale, so we're just going down 10, 8, 7 on the high E, then 8, then we start on the next note down, which is going to be 8, 8, 7, and then 10 on the B. Then the next note down the scale is going to be now the 7 on the C. So we start on the 10, then the 8, then the 7, always going 3 notes down from each note. So it's 3 notes down now from the 7. That's now 7, then 10, 8 on the B. Now the next note down that we're going through this scale is the 10th fret on the B. 3 notes down from that is just 10, 8, 7. And then we have 8, and now we're going to start from the 8, 8, 7 on the B to the 9 on the G. And now we're starting from the 7th on the B, and then 9, 7 on the G. And then we do that same little 7, 9, 9 played twice there on the D. Alright, the next phrase sounds like this. Alright, so that's just pull off from 8 to 7 on the 2nd string, over to the 9th fret on the G, back to the 7th on the B string, 8, 10, to the 7 on the high E, 10, 8, 7 on the B, then 9, 7 on the G, and back to end the phrase again. So we have alright, then we kind of start that again. Same lick that we did before. So when we get to the 7th fret, you just go 7, 8, 7, and hold. So we have this. So the beginning of it was the same as the previous lick. Alright, now we have another sequence of 3s. So we're basically just going to start with just 7, 8 on the high E string. And then when we get to this 10, we're going to start a sequence of 3s going down again, which is 3 notes down from this note, then the next note, is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that sounds like this. So the first half of it was that downward sequence, and then it comes straight back up. So that's basically, we're starting here after we do this 7, 8 to start it. Then we go 10, 8, 7 on the high E, 8, 7 on the high E to 10 on the B, then 7 on the high E, 10, 8 on the B, then 10, 8, 7 on the B string, then 8, 7, 9, 8, 7 to 9 on the G. You've seen this before. And then 7 on the B, 9, 7 on the G. We're going to continue going down now, though. We're going to go all the way down 9, 7, 6 on the G. And then 7, 6 over to 9 on the D string. Then we're going to go straight back up the scale, which is just 7, 9 on the D, 6, 7, 9 on the G, 7, 8, 10 on the B, up to just to the 7 on the high E. Then you come back down, 10, 8, 7 on the B, and then go 8, 7, 9, 8, 7 on the B, 9 on the G, then go 7, 8, 10, going back up to 7 on the high E. Sounds like a lot of notes here, but then 10, 8 on the B string, and then you end it with a quick little hammer pull off, 7, 8, back to 7 on the B string, to 9 on the G. Now, you got to really kind of just hear that just to put it all together. So it sounds like this. So he's really just kind of going up and down through the scale, doing some little triplets coming down and then going straight back up and then coming back down and going back up. So if you just get those notes in your hand, it's really easy to just kind of start tracking him where he's going with everything. So let's take a look at now, we're here at the bends coming out of that. So it's a whole step bend there, basically 5 times. The 9th fret on the G. And then on that 5th bend, start doing some tremolo picking, just picking as fast as you can on it while you slowly release it. Alright, now we're going to hold this 7th fret on the G string and then hold a bar across the 10th fret on the high E and the B string. It's really just kind of you're like hitting it and then you mute the strings and down, up on it. Just kind of hit the chord stab with the downstroke, then mute the strings. Okay, kind of a funky little thing. Three whole step bends now on the B string, and then we got. So that's just a pull off from 10 to 7 on the B to 9 on the G. We're kind of messing around with the same notes over and over again. If you can't tell, back to 7, 8 on the B. Hammer pull 7 to 8 on the B. Pull off 9 to 7 on the G. 9 on the D, 7 on the G. Let's put that together. Alright, now we have this fast little descending triplet line. Alright, so that starts at, this is kind of muted. We have just a little slight palm muting. 9th fret on the D to 7th fret on the G. Now we're going to start the triplets. We're going to go 9, 7 on the G to 9 on the D. Now starting on the next note down, which is that 7, the second note we had played. We do 3 notes down from that, so it's 7 on the G, 9, 7 on the D. Then 9, 7 on the D to 9 on the A string. Same thing we did before, 7 on the A, 9, 7 on the 7 on the D string, 9, 7 on the A. So we have this. All right. Now we play 9, 7, and scoot down to the, just shift down to the 5th fret there on the A string. So all the 3 of those notes are on the same string. And then 7, 5 over 7 on the low E. And then end it with back at the 5th fret on the A string. So we have. All right, and now we get back to the fast part, which is we're going to go back to that lick that we did before at the 10th. It's going to be that pattern here, but it's going to be a different set of notes. So we're going to have here, we're going to have the pull off from 15 to 12 on the high E string over to 12 on the B, back to the 12 on the high E. But, so we had this, that's the 1 pull off. The series of 2 pull-offs in a row now is actually going to be pull-off from 15, then pull-off from 14. Both down to 12. So we have 1, and the same 2 notes after it, and then do that 15, 14 pull-off again. So all together. Alright, so that was a little bit tougher one because you had to change the notes on the top string. So you do that whole sequence twice. Alright, now we get to do it straight here, which we just go pull off from 17 to 14, over to 15 on the B string, back to 14 on the high E. So we don't have to change any notes, we just have to, but we still do the same pattern. I'm sorry, actually we just pick it straight through here, so that makes it a little bit easier. So we just go. So it's a straight through, just pulling off once each time. Then we go back to the same lick we did before, Basic same pattern, different notes. Pulling off from 19 to 15 on the high E, over 17 on the B string. Now we're going to do 2 pull-offs, and that's going to be pulling off from 19 to 15, then 17 to 15, ending it with the same 2 notes. So 1 pull-off just from the 19, and then 2 pull-offs in a row from the 19 and then the 17. So we have. So that's 1 time through the lick, you do it twice. Alright, now we go back up. We're going to end it here at the 21st fret, pulling off to the 17th fret, the high E, over to the 19th fret on the B string, back to the 17th fret on the high E. And just repeat that over and over. Just kind of play straight through just like the one before. Alright, so let me play these slow. Alright, then we do 4 whole step bends at the 22nd fret. Actually, there's about 9 of them. Let's skip the 4 there. And then you come down to play 19 by itself. And now we do a sequence of triplets all the way down the scale on 1 string. So he keeps running into that same, he likes hearing the 3 notes just going down in sequence down the scale from each note in the scale. So we start at 22, 20, then 19. Then starting from the 20 now, 3 notes down from the 20, 20, 19, 17. Now 3 notes down from the 19, which is 19, 17, 15. 3 notes down from the 17, 17, 15, 14. 3 notes down from 15, 15, 14, 12. 3 notes down from 14 is 10. 3 notes down from 12 is 12, 10, 9. And 3 notes down from 10 is 10, 9, 7. Alright, now we're going to start, since he's down in his familiar position again, he's going to start going down the scale, down the strings basically. So we have 9, 7 on the high E, to 10 on the B, then 7 on the high E, 10, 8 on the B, 10, 8, 7 on the B, 8, 7 on the B, and then come back 8, 7 to 9 on the G. So you keep just continuing the same process. Then from the 7 down to 9, 7 on the G. So we just kept going down. All right, so we end down the D string, 9th fret, back to the G, and do a quick pull off from 9 to 7. And then you just do a whole step bend of the 9th fret to end the solo pretty much. And he's kind of bringing it down again, and he just does another bend. And it really starts fading out there on the recording. He does like a little blues thing. So it's just a whole step bend of the 10th fret, then high E 7th fret, then pull off 10 to 7 again, and then just repeat that. And then it just kind of goes off into just kind of fades out. So it's you can just kind of end it however you want, just kind of staying within the key and everything. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of a long solo, but it's got a lot of cool little licks in there that you could probably put in your own playing. All right, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.